we are live, and I have an issue. My issue is that every time I go live, I'm like, man, I got this awesome stuff for you guys, and we talk about it. And then as soon as we cut the feed, as soon as everything goes off, then they reveal something. So listen here. People, Sony's and the Marvels and the Warner Brothers and all Disney's and people's and DC's and all that. Stop it. Look, my news day is Monday, live, and then people like to watch it later. So you reveal stuff after I put stuff out there. Kind of, I talked about the Matrix. Then you reveal the Matrix later, and I'm like, dang it. Now I got to talk about the next one. Then last time I talked about some stuff from what was that before? I think it was wasn't even, what was that? Yeah, it was the Venom. Then next thing you know, boom. Then it was Spider-Man. Then boom. It was like, really? Y'all couldn't just reveal it 2 days, 3 days earlier? Stop it. That's my rant. Enough of that. Let's get to what it do, man. This is Primetime Live. Y'all know how we do every I was gonna say every night. We did not do this every night. That'd be weird. You know how we do every Monday night. We get down with, no, that's actually Wednesday. We don't get down. I show you, well, Snake shows you. Dang it, I don't do anything right, do it. What do I do on this show? I don't know. What do I do? I know what I do.
Obviously, talk to yourself. Good God.
Hey, whatever. I'm talking to the people. They see me. Whatever, man. Whatever. I give you the entertainment news. And you know how we do here. So if you like this live, go ahead and share it. If you're on Facebook and other places, go ahead and share it on Instagram too. Share it on your Snap. I think you can do that. I don't know if you can do that or not. Might be too long. Chop it up a little bit. And if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment. And also, people, tell us you're here. We want to know you're here. We want some
Tigger, shut up!
Talk to your peoples. So, without that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. If you ain't already know.
Lay down!
You know who I be. I'm Mingo-Dee.
I'm your boy Snake.
Hey. And your boy Hammer is not here at the moment. That boy there has a lot going on. And by a lot going on, I mean he's fighting with his hammer. He's fighting nails and screws and wood and metal and all kind. Those are the bad guy names. So all those bad guys, they come out on different days and they fight them and try to attack the world. And Odessa, that's where he fights at. That's his city. He has to protect Odessa. It's like Batman, but different. Whatever. You don't even know about his secret life.
I muted myself on here thinking that it was going to mute the live, and it didn't. I muted this because Tigger is fucking down and being an asshole. So I muted it so I wouldn't yell in the thing, and I yelled at him, and then I hear it in my ear from the live thing. I'm like, oh my God. So I apologize. I just yelled at
it. So you muted. You muted the Zoom, but not the live.
That's what I'm saying. Like it should. If I muted it here, it should have muted. It should have muted the live on my end. So I apologize for everybody that just heard that.
Well, I didn't hear it, so maybe they didn't hear it either.
No, they heard it because I hear it. Like I'm listening to the live right now on my phone.
You heard yourself.
I have my phone listening to the live. That way I can know if it's going through.
That's funny.
I just got the volume turned down. That way I'm not hearing both right at the same time. So that's why I heard me yelling in my ear. I'm like, oh crap. So I apologize for all that.
Yeah, but I didn't hear it, guys. So whatever he said, I'm sure it was something.
I just told you. I yelled at Tigger. I was yelling at him to lay down and shut up because he was yelling. and now everybody heard that. I was really trying not to yell in everybody's ear, but apparently I did. So I apologize.
Well, guys, we're going to get into it, right into the mix of things. There's been a lot of things going on. Y'all know this is fall season, so fall season, a lot of things are coming out. A lot of movies are getting ready to come out. Halloween's right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner. And then all these big movies are coming out. And speaking of movies, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about a movie that just came out. You guys know about it. We're going to talk about Shang Chi. And that movie is amazing. No, I haven't seen it yet. I've been really, really busy, and then I just forget, and then I take naps and stuff. Hey, I do that. I'm getting old. Sorry. Forgive me for getting old. I still look beautiful, though. But, no, I haven't watched it. But based off every time I drive by the movie theaters when I'm going to work or coming home from work, and on Saturdays or Sundays when I'm actually adulting and being busy, I see the movie theaters packed. And the only thing I could think of, other than people trying to go see some scary movies from time to time, and maybe trying to catch maybe the Suicide Squad. I'm not sure if that's still even in the theaters, maybe, and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure people are going to see Shang Chi. With that being said, Shang Chi is, let's see, we're gonna go with it is number one in the box office for the second week in a row, which is amazing. That shows that theaters are possibly back. I know we talked about this a while ago. We was like, will theaters come back? Will streaming defeat it? And this shows that it is something that's really, really, people are really excited about it. Earlier today, I heard how today, if you're watching this today, Monday, that today is the best day to go, to book your tickets if you're trying to go, out for the holidays. Today is the best day. So that just shows that everything's opening up. People want to go places. So if people want to go traveling, I'm sure people want to go back to the movies. The movies are in great effect, and let's hope that it stays that way. Also with Shang-Chi, apparently it is the highest rated Marvel movie of all time. I don't know about superhero movie, but I definitely know Marvel movie of all time. Highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes of 98%, which is freaking amazing. I mean, it beat Endgame. It beats Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is a cartoon and amazing. That just shows that I guess kids are even loving this movie, because you can get a movie and any movie that's a kids movie, 9 times out of 10 parents are going to take their kids. Thousands of kids are going to go, and then it's going to sell out quickly. That's technically how kids movies do. And Shang-Chi must be that good for kids to watch, and they must love it as well. But of course, as you know, Shang-Chi is supposed to be a rendition of a Bruce Lee type character, and everybody used to love Bruce Lee. When I was a kid, I loved Bruce Lee movies all the time. He's just, his demeanor and all that stuff. It sparked all those other movies like Crouching Tiger, and I love those movies. Everything that Jet Li and Jackie Chan did when they created their own universe, the movies and things, it was just all started with Bruce Lee, and Shang-Chi is also a spin-off of that. So I know if I was a kid, and I know people talk about the generation Tide Pods and other things like that, but I think this generation is learning. If they can go watch Shang-Chi and say, you know what, I like this movie, and even the little kids who ain't done anything wrong yet, hope they don't do anything wrong, then that just shows that maybe they're getting better. Maybe they're gonna get like us and be better, mostly because we did bring in the pandemic, so we're still a little off in our heads as well. But that's beside the point.
You think that was
the point is, it's our gen. What other generation could it be?
There's other generations besides us.
Yeah, but we're the most active right now, right? Technically,
there's plenty of other generations out that could be at blame for this. So,
yeah,
whoever the old people's generation is today, it could have been done it by them. You never know.
Yeah,
you don't know who was who was Patient Zero.
Patient Zero. That should be a game. After the pandemic's over. Right now, it'd be probably bother people too much. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's great. I still have to watch the movie. Right now, there's so many different reviews and videos out. I haven't watched any of the reviews yet because I didn't want to watch it because sometimes reviews tend to skew my mind, and I'm like, oh, this person loved it with a 10 out of 10. This person hated it with a a 5 out of 10 or whatever. Then I go into the movie and I start looking for the problems that they presented. So I haven't watched any reviews yet. I have seen there are videos out there that talks about the Mandarin, that talks about the MCU Mandarin. So I'm probably going to go watch that and actually get the idea, because as you know, they took Fing Fang. What is his name? Bing Manchu. That's his name. Bing Manchu. Fu Manchu, there he is. They took that guy and they just took his character out and replaced him with the Mandarin, and to give it a, because they're both Asian characters, and they don't necessarily have a similar background, but they don't have the same background, but they do come from that culture or that side, so they just kind of changed it up because they're nothing at all alike, but they're bad guys, Asian characters, and you know how Marvel likes to, they like take people who could technically be in that role. Like if the comic was written differently, you probably could, they probably could write a Mandarin-like character in that position of Fu Manchu, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So it can make a little sense, I guess. I don't know about the rings on the arms. Now I haven't seen the movie. I have to see what that's all about. But
the way that they're doing it, they could do it kind of like how damn it, the name is it the TV show the Disney show that was on
dang it, with the magic and the Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes,
right.
The name of I haven't watched it in so long now that it's like. But anyway, the way that they did that show where Rumpel was everybody, he was the Beast, and like they made Rumpel out to be like other people, or everybody was like a double something, like everybody turned out to be another character that used to be a whole nother character. You know what I'm saying? Like Rumpelstiltskin, was the Beast with Belle. I'm like, wait, no, it wasn't. Like Beast was the Beast, was the person. It was. So the way that they merged the shows and stuff, merged everything into that world, could be about the same as this one, like where they're taking just how they took Fu Manchu out, be around the same way. So I can see it.
And that's one thing. And that's one thing. I think Disney, at least in the Marvel universe and the Star Wars universe, that's where I'm gonna say that, because I don't want to put Disney in a big umbrella, because we know Disney is messed up on a lot of things. But I think when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Star Wars universe, I think they've learned their lesson as far as if we're going to take this and put it with this or mix it or change a little bit to where it makes sense in the fans, especially after the Iron Man 3 debacle. So I think they've learned their lesson.
My thing is, though, the reason that they took Fu Manchu out was because of what he was in the comics. They didn't want to support that type of person or whatever, because he was supposed to be racist and just just an all around horrible being, type. The things that he did in the comics, they didn't want to bring to the screen. That's why they changed it. Because of who he was in the comics. My issue is that when you do that, just because you take something like that out doesn't mean that you're taking that away from the world. The world has that in general. Just because you don't put it in the movie doesn't mean it's gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just because you I don't want to support that. I get it, but at the same time, it's just telling history without telling history. You know what I'm saying? Leaving stuff out because you don't want to, or that's the best way I could describe it. Basically telling history, but oh, we're just gonna leave this out, or like the way they did with slavery, like making it seem like they got paid for their services. No, they didn't. It's like this.
Right.
They're twisting it to make it seem like, oh. So I feel like that's
also
the same scenario.
It's a clumsy way. Yeah. No. Also, no. You're definitely right about that. And then also, I think clumsily. I want to say clumsily. Yeah, I'm gonna say it clumsily. I think that they ran out of a way to put the Mandarin in there. So I think like you said, Shang-Chi was on the board. They took Fu Manchu out, like you said, because of the racism. They didn't know what to do with the movie. And then somebody probably came in and was like, well, we need to figure out a way to put the Mandarin in the MCU somehow. And they was like, we can merge the two. And then, so.
It's like, there wasn't no clumsy about it. Like, they could have easily did it. They already had, what's his name, playing, like, he was acting like the Mandarin with the rings and everything. He had to look down. And then he went to prison because he was faking it. And then the real one, they even showed the little clip where he gets broken out by the supporters of the 10 Rings or whatever, because they wanted him dead or whatever, because he's impersonating him. They could have easily did it, like with the rings and everything. Right. They could have showed the real one, and like he's like, oh crap, like it could have easily did it. And like merging, I feel like it takes away from Shang-Chi, because he was in the comics, he was his own person, like he wasn't.
Yeah, he was just awesome. Yeah.
Now he's a shadow of the Mandarin, even though in the movie he's referred to as different names, and the Mandarin just happened to be one of them. So you're basically, he was the Mandarin. Like, you're tiptoeing around it. They miss an opportunity when they take stuff out like that because they don't want to support it, whatever. They miss an opportunity to overcome it.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, the shows we used to watch, like growing up, the sitcoms and stuff, you learned a lesson from all of them when we grew up, like Family Matters and Full House, all those. Like, every episode, there was a Will Smith, Fresh Prince, there was a learning experience. There was from doing, it's like, so in these days, they take all that out. They don't show it like they used to.
Yeah.
And because all these, I'm going to say it, bitch-made motherfuckers, like,
the council cultures.
Yeah, everybody got to be tiptoed around, like, oh, no, we can't do that because they're sensitive. Like, it's just pisses me off. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
rant over.
No. You're totally fine about that. That's what this show is about. It's about, it's about when we get these type of subjects that come on, whether it's on what happened? What's his name? What's going on, Henry?
Corey.
That dude.
I don't know who's all still watching. I hate that the YouTube still don't actually tell me who, but
yeah. But yeah, no, that's what it's about. Because if we were on the gaming show with the Get Down and we had a situation to tackle it, same thing with anime, we had a situation, we would tackle it, and so forth and so on. So, that's what it's about. But yeah. But there you go, guys. That's Shang-Chi. I'm going to try to watch it. I'm assuming Snake watched it because you seem like you know a little bit. Oh, you ain't watched it? Okay.
I don't have to watch it to know it. No, I'm playing. I haven't watched it just yet.
He said, I just know. Like they come to my house. Robert Downey Jr. was over here yesterday. I mean, it's duh.
I could predict it.
No, predict it. All right, so now let's move on to some DC news. So we're gonna talk a little DC. DC. We're gonna talk about the Penguin, everybody. So, because I just realized that could have sounded bad, but DC Universe. There we go. The movie universe. So we're gonna talk about Robert Pattinson in the Batman. that the whole movie, the Batman movie. So as you know, they know that Colin Farrell, I believe, he's playing the Penguin in that movie, but apparently he's going to get his own show. So a while ago we talked about how HBO Max is planning to do some type of Batman spinoff, and nobody knew what it was. Was it going to be animated? Was it not going to be animated? No one knew. Well, I'm not sure this is it, but apparently what they're trying to do, they're going to make a Penguin show that shows Penguin from how he rise from nothingness into greatness. I'm pretty. This sounds like deja vu here, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Gotham did the exact same thing. So, but I'm assuming this is going to be different. And it's gonna be more, I don't know, more around the Batman year one instead of the before Batman saga type thing that Gotham did. I'm assuming, but yeah, it hasn't. Colin Farrell hasn't signed off on it yet. I think they're still waiting on him more or less. But this is something that HBO Max wants to do. And I know you guys like, but aren't we going to see him in the movie? Well, true, but Colin Farrell did say that he's only in the movie like 4 or 5 times because the movie's not necessarily about Penguin. I think the bad guy is the Riddler. At least I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I can't remember if it was confirmed. But so I'm assuming that Penguin's just going to be in it for a little bit, or maybe him and Batman's going to have a little scuffle and then go their separate ways or in jail or whatever. I don't know. So, but yeah, so that's interesting to me because I'm kind of wondering. What's interesting to me is that you have HBO Max, it's all about Warner Brothers. HBO is owned by Warner Brothers. All that stuff's Warner Media, right? So what's interesting is that they have these DC products, which I'm still wondering why Doom Patrol isn't. I'm not sure. Is it on HBO Max? Doom Patrol?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay. Oh yeah. So they got Doom Patrol. They got Titans, but I'm not necessarily sure what the purpose of, like, okay, and then they got the Flash movie that's coming out and all that, and then Robert Pattinson. So I'm assuming that this is just my opinion, that in my speculation here, I'm assuming that DC isn't necessarily trying to continue on making their complete multiverse or universe of movies together anymore. I think they're trying to keep them separate. I mean, I want to say that they're going with what happened on CW when they said all of those were different universes, but the Warner movies, the movies themselves haven't said that, yeah, we agree. I'm not sure if that's going to be a big multiverse thing and they're just going with that, or if they're going to, I don't know.
Well,
but
DC's
my thing,
the way DC's doing it, they're doing like so far their movies are separate from their TV series. Marvel they're connecting their series with their movies and stuff. DC right now, like all the CW stuff is connected, like the with the HBO Max, like the Titans is connected with the Doomsday, Doom Patrol, whatever, and both the Titans and Doom Patrol are other multiverses of the Arrowverse, pretty much. Like they revealed that at the end of whenever Oliver became the Spectre and everything, and shattered everything, and everything got merged into one world or whatever. And they actually showed the other new multiverses, pretty much. And that's when
so all the TV shows are connected and all the movies are connected.
But they showed Green Lantern. They showed and they've been hinting at the Green Lantern with John.
Yeah.
Because he's been showing up in every freaking show. Every single show he's been showing up. And like saying a little thing, and then at the end he had the green box and everything. Like literally every show he's been in. Batwoman, Supergirl, like he's been showing up in every single one. He was in Legends. Like he showed up in Legends as some other person, like from back in time. Like I'm like, what? So they're putting him in every show, teasing him more and more into the Green Lantern position. So I'm pretty sure I bet you anything, there's a Green Lantern show's gonna be coming.
Well, yeah, I know a while back, blah, 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 blah. I know
They
a
just haven't
while back we
confirmed
were.
it yet.
Well, yeah, I know a while back they talked about first HBO Max was supposed to do a Green Lantern show first, and then after that they was talking about how John is supposed to be the Green Lantern, and then everybody was asking, are you going to have ties with that show? And he was kind of saying no, maybe, no,
Yeah,
maybe,
he's
I
not
don't know.
because he's under contract not to say anything.
Of course, yeah. So I'm
I
assuming that it's going to be to where he's probably going to be one of the bridges
I
that
want to know
connects
something though.
the show. Him, I want to say Stargirl, but they haven't really been doing anything to where they have her bridge both Doom Patrol and all that. So maybe he's going to be the bridge that bridges Doom Patrol and the CW show to where we get to see him on both, or maybe they'll finally pull somebody like Flash, or something like that over there, which would make a lot of sense because he's the Flash. So why can't he?
While we're on DC, I do in the DC verse. I would want to know something because this has been bothering the crap out of me, with the whole Arrowverse stuff. Because, so, have you watched the Superman Lois Superman and
I haven't watched the last like 3
Lois
episodes, so
Superman
I'm probably
or
behind.
whatever. And they're about their kids and everything. Well, anyway, their world is supposed to be mixed with, because after everything, it's supposed to be all in the same world with Kara and everything, right?
Right.
So that means his Fortress of Solitude, which is in Supergirl, she goes to the Fortress of Solitude quite a bit. Have you been keeping up with Supergirl?
Yeah, it's ended, right? Has it ended yet?
No.
Or it's ending this season?
It's about to end, but
Okay.
we've been watching new episodes here recently too. Like, did you see where she went to the Phantom Zone?
I see that. I'm behind. I'm sorry. Sorry.
This is your area, sir. Anyway, so Lex and goes to, like, in Supergirl, when you're watching Supergirl, they go to the Fortress of Solitude, and she even mentions that it's not hers, that it's Clark's, and that she's allowed to go there and whatnot, and basically, like, she can go there anytime, right? It's his fortress. But then when you watch his show, his fortress gets destroyed.
It's destroyed.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'm not going to say anything about it because obviously you haven't watched it. You didn't know that. So anybody that has watched it, like, because they haven't been showing any new episodes of Superman yet. But it gets destroyed by his new, Brightburn brother character that they had in there. But then it goes back to Supergirl, and she goes back to this fortress like it's still there. It's like, wait a minute, what didn't his get destroyed? And they're connected. The world, like, is there a time situation?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
But
I was gonna say they're probably doing where like Supergirl is like earlier, and maybe where we are in Superman is further on in
but at
like
the same
the time.
Bro. At the same time, it's made by the same studio, CW, right? Same both shows. The one the Supergirl goes to, the way that the fortress looks is completely different than the one that you see in Superman.
Well,
they look completely different. And, like, did y'all forget that y'all merged these worlds? Like, and Superman's always been in Supergirl's world. Like, their world has always been together, so there should be no reason it looks different. You know what I'm saying? That's bugging me. It's like the way that they handled this situation. It's like, it's supposed to be connected. We know it's supposed to be connected. Y'all told us it was connected, and then now you're fucking with us. So
It's that redcon thing, because the same thing they did with the laser eyes, right? With the blue eyes, then all of a sudden red eyes out of nowhere, and it's like,
No,
what?
that
So it's
well
that redcon type thing.
that can be that's not really. I wouldn't call that retcon because that can be explained by like female male races or in that in their Kryptonian race, or it could just be the heat of the vision, like just like a
Yeah,
flame can be blue or
but
red.
they never explained it. I know, I mean, it's one of those things that like in earlier before the multiverse, before the Superman
Well, they
show,
never
his eyes
explained,
were blue.
but they
So
they have never explained all of Superman's powers anyway. Like
true.
or all of Supergirl's powers. Supergirl's supposed to be stronger than Superman, so like there's a lot of stuff that they haven't told about both of the characters, and that people are just kind of. I mean, the only way you know is if you know it from the comics, or so.
Yeah, but I blame that just really on Greg Berlanti. I'm sorry, Greg, but we just gotta keep it. You're the same guy who did, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, and which was somewhat okay. So and then so he's a hit and miss guy. He's the superhero version of M. Night Shyamalan. Let's just say that. There you go. Superhero version.
What pisses me off though is like the Arrowverse has been doing so well. They've been doing so good at connecting all the shows, right? And having them flow together pretty good. Like where sometimes like you'll see cameos of Flash over here on Flash, or with Arrow, or in the Guardians of, or the DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Like they were mixing and merging, and then after the whole the last big crossover event that they had, everything got merged, and then it's like they stopped trying after that. It's the way it feels.
Yeah.
So it's because it's like, how did you miss that big of a thing? Like with the whole fortress, but also with the events that are going on, like in Superman, like all the Superman fighting like his brother, like that turns out to be an evil and bringing back Kryptonians. Where the hell is Supergirl? Like she didn't. None of them knew about this. None of them knew this was going on. They started attacking Metropolis. It was on the news. Where is she? Like that bugs the crap out of me. Like y'all are having all these happen in the same thing with Supergirl. Like you have all this stuff going on. Where's Superman? He can hear everything around the world, but apparently you just missed that. I don't know. It's like he started on Supergirl. Like,
yeah, you're right, because before that last merger, they used to see stuff where it's like, what's going on? It was like, well, I'm hearing they're having a hard time over there in Coast. I'm gonna just use a random city in Coast City or whatever. It's like, Supergirl gonna be okay, and it's like, she's fine. She can handle herself, whatever. But we got other things to work. Stuff like that.
Yeah, at least mention each other or something. He did. Then they did play it off that one time where they said that like I'm not going to interfere anymore and all that stuff. Bullshit. Like depending on what is going on, you need to come over and at least make an appearance, goddammit, and see what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. I know we were supposed to talk about the Penguin. It's not like we did talk about the Penguin. It wasn't really much to talk about. It's just he's gonna have his own show. And like I said, I sparked the question. I just wanted to know what DC, Warner Media was trying to do with all their properties. As you see, it seems like with their TV shows, at least on the CW side, it seems like maybe they're not trying enough. Was it the pandemic? I mean, I'm not gonna say that because there's other people like Disney and others who've been doing well since the pandemic. So I'm not going to blame the pandemic. So I'm not going to say that. So is it just the fact that maybe because they're feeling like maybe it's getting oversaturated? Maybe they feel like, I don't know. We don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll know. communication. And then it seems like Titans has gotten like it's really good, and then Doom Patrol I think is coming back, so we have to see what happens with that. And then then DC is set to set some movies up pretty soon, so we will see.
Speaking of Doom Patrol, I want to know when Cyborg is going to the Titans. Like that, I'm like, why is he with Doom Patrol, but he ain't with the Titans? Like,
yeah. See, if I remember right, I don't. And if I remember right, I haven't read that comic in a while. I thought he started out with the Titans, then he left to go to Doom Patrol, then he came back, and then I thought Beast Boy went to Doom Patrol at one point too, or something like that.
Beast Boy started in Doom Patrol.
Okay, Beast Boy started in Doom Patrol. That's what it was.
Yeah, then Raven came over there, and then he left with Raven to go to the Titans.
Yeah, okay. So they just switching the whole. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I mean, if they make it work out, we'll see. But now let's move on to something that I think is really great, and I caught this today. So boom, you leakers! I caught this today. You freaking leak people who be leaking out stuff and thinking I ain't gonna catch it. Let's talk about the Hawkeye show. I am excited about it. I've seen the trailer. I mean, that trailer is interesting. At first, I was wondering how they were going to do it because you seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was very, very intense with a lot of action, had some funny scenes, but it was still more of a serious show, more or less. And then, WandaVision, which, side note, WandaVision, I think got an Emmy or got nominated. So there you go for that or whatever. I think the Emmy's on. So maybe I'll let you guys know next week who from Marvel, DC, and other nerdy properties got Emmys. Who knows? Whatever. Anyway, move back on. Yeah, I liked what I saw. It was really interesting because it's like okay, I think it reminds me of like Santa Claus 2, Last Action Hero and all that, the vibe that they're going for. So I like it. It's very funny, comical, it has some action and has the Easter eggs. If you don't know, Ronin's character, he's a character to where when Hawkeye became Ronin and he went around, he was going in the underground, kind of similar to Daredevil, which I'll get to in a second, and the Punisher, and he was going around like just killing the bad guys, fighting everybody in the underground, like people like Kingpin and some of the other Mr. Negative and some of the other people, like fighting those types of people, who the mobster types of people and all and stuff like that, or whatever. That in the comics anyway. So what Kate Bishop's who's the girl that he's training on this, she's that girl who ends up like she's an archer, she's really good, but she follows after his footsteps, and that's what I love about this. They're playing that part of the comic very, very well. And she's following after his footsteps, and then she's gonna technically, bring that underground world into his life. So, and what I like about that is that opens up the doors because Marvel talked about the Netflix shows coming back. At least,
Dest.
Hey. But that brings back the topic when they were talking about that the Daredevil show might be coming back to might be being revamped on Disney Plus, which I think is awesome. So, and what I think that's awesome because Hawkeye seems like if they're going this way, because if you know anything about Kate Bishop's story, she delved with Kingpin and the others. She causes so much problems that they want her dead. And that's another reason why Hawkeye has to technically train her and keep her and whatever, because all of these bad guys from Daredevil's world and the other Defenders' world, they want her dead. So anybody, if you've seen the Netflix series with the Defenders and all of them, and Jessica Jones and all that, and some of those bad guys, maybe not the same people you saw in those shows, but the bad guys themselves are probably going to be on the Hawkeye show here and there. If not this season, maybe next season. I'm sure they're going to keep it going because, if you got someone like Haley Steinfeld, I'm pretty sure she signed maybe a 2 or 3 season contract. I mean, she's one of those people who do that. So, which I'm actually excited to see what she can do. She's good. I've seen her in other stuff. She's pretty good, but I want to see how she can do with with this. You know, I don't think I've ever seen her do anything action ever. If I'm missing something, you guys let me know in the comments. But I don't think I've ever seen her do anything like that. But
Who?
we will see. Haley Steinfeld. I don't think I've ever seen her do
Oh.
anything action, anything at all. So, but we will see. She so far in the trailer, it seems legit. She doesn't seem like she's trying too hard. It seems like she fits that character. So we will just have to see. I'm excited about it. It comes out the day before Thanksgiving, which is really good because it's playing out for a Christmas vibe. It's giving me a last action hero type vibe, the Santa Claus vibe. So it probably will work well for families. I think Disney is really going to rack up a lot of subscriptions over that Christmas holiday, and that along with the Mandalorian that's supposed to be coming back. It's gonna. I think people are gonna keep Disney Plus for a little while. So yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to watch it. So it's Wednesday, the November 24th or something like that. So stay tuned for that. And now I'm excited about this last one. Like I said, they freaking sent the trailer out after I talked about it. But we're going to talk about it anyway. Let's talk about The Matrix 4, a.k.a. The Matrix Resurrections. When I seen the trailer, I was excited because it had, if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. Please go watch it. It had beats of the original Matrix. If you've seen the original Matrix, which you should have, it's like, 10, 20 years old now? It has some of those same. It hits some of those same beats. It reminded me of that. The red. It had a lot of red pills and blue pills symmetry and things like that going on. And it was interesting. You saw Neo. He was our Neo. You saw Trinity. Yes, our Trinity. So it's like, what's really going on here? And you saw. I saw a lot of different moves. I'm not trying to go too in depth into it because I want you guys to go watch it if you haven't already. But they seem like they racked up the power, which this is what makes me so excited about it, because I've talked about this before. I always wanted. I don't know if I talked about this with you guys, but I know I talked about it with Snake and I talked about it with Hammer. I just wanted to know if they came out with something else that wasn't Marvel or DC, will it do well? You know, because you've seen stuff like Tenet. Tenet didn't do so well. It had great ambition, but it didn't do well. People didn't really care for it, and that was technically, Tenet was, in my opinion, that was like a Wanted type movie. Wanted, or where you had the curve the bullet and things like that. It wasn't that, but that was that type of movie. And Wanted did good back in the day, but this movie did not. So it was like, because you're competing. People have seen everything from The Matrix to Thanos snapping his fingers and every Spider-Man of every kind to some extent. So it's like, what can you do to beat that? You need something else. You need some type of sci-fi. So now seeing The Matrix, I'm wondering how well it would do. And based off the trailer, it looks good. I was excited for it. I've heard a lot of people being excited for just that trailer. So and it comes out Christmas. Well, December 22nd. So, which is funny because it comes out around the same time as Spider-Man. So that is going to be interesting because now we're going to see how well it really does. Now, me personally, this is my take on it. I think Spider-Man is still going to win. Spider-Man is a familiar brand, way more familiar than the Matrix. Matrix has been gone for such a long time. Spider-Man is still fresh in people's eyes and ears. And then also, little kids, they know Spider-Man, so I think Spider-Man is going to do extremely well. I think Matrix is, but I do think Matrix is going to be a close second, and I think they may switch back and forth. That's my projections for it. We'll see later on. We'll see later on, but it was just really exciting. For one, now one thing I didn't like, Neo has like a full beard, and Keanu Reeves has his long hair. I kind of wish they would have made him cut it, or at least put something on or whatever. That's just me. I know everybody likes Keanu Reeves with long hair, well, at least make him shave all that off. I don't know. I just kept seeing John Wick. I saw John Wick. I was like, I want to see Mingo. I don't know. At least have him put the shades on to keep the shades on or something. I don't know. I just in the trailer I was like, John Wick, what you doing here? Get out of here. Get out of this movie.
I hate how you said like Keanu had the beard and then Neo. No, you said Neo had the beard and Keanu had the long hair. I'm like, it's the same person.
hey, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that what he said. Yeah, no, yeah. I just kind of wish, just
like
take the beard off at least.
I mean, because it shows that it's further in the future. It's not like it's just the next day. Like, so and they've grown. Like, even Trinity looks older. Like, even though she still has the short hair. But I do like the way that they're doing it. I am excited about it because I'm also excited about the updated effects and stuff that they're able to do now with the time, like that they didn't have back in the day. So I feel like it's going back it's like they're repeating themselves, like following the white bunny and the pills and like so I don't know how I feel about that, but that's like I'm curious I won't know until I see it to know exactly what's going on. Because right now the trailer just looks like a jumbled just scenes from different parts of the movie, just all jumbled, just to confuse you. So I don't know. Like,
also there's something else, and kudos to IGN, or a fan who sent it to IGN found this out. So apparently, some fan who watched the trailer too much, they freeze framed it, and they found out there's a scene in the trailer where the original movie, the first movie, is in the background. So, and IGN posed the question of, are the people in Matrix 4 watching the first Matrix? Is it something like that? It's a simulation that they're trying to play with your mind. So I thought that was pretty dope. So again, like Snake said, it's they jumping around on the trailer, so they could just be messing with us as well. But at the same time, that's pretty cool.
I was talking to Kaiser about this, like, and I'm like, so the Matrix is originally, it's a simulation. So what's to say that the machines don't have multi-simulations running for different people, or even running for the same people? You know, like what if there's, and then like there's another thing that people talked about a while back, that like, what if the Matrix is a simulation in a simulation? So like you wake up, but you're not really waking up. That's another simulation, you know? So like you're in a simulation, but they had a program set up for you if you do wake up that you think it's real, but it's still just a simulation. So like all the people that were fighting the robots, fighting the war, was just another simulation. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that'd be dope. That'd be a good way for them to kind of make it a roundabout. It'll actually make it make sense as far as the White Rabbit and everything, because technically, you guys have seen all the Matrix movies. I'm sure you have. If not, go. I mean, come on. So everyone knows Neo dies, Trinity dies, the Matrix starts over. The architect dude is like, it's supposed to start over. This is our new piece now. Blah 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 blah, and stuff like that. Talk to the Oracle, this and that. But let's take that theory that Snake put about on simulation. What if the reason why I keep starting over is because simulation, and that's the way the machines had it, and they was never fighting the machines. It was just the way, because maybe the machines already figured out and predicted the one way before the one and all that, way before they even made an architect. So it's the fact that if we can continue to make simulation on simulation, because let's say if the one is truly the one is going to break and end everything. So to keep the one from never doing that, simulation, the one never escapes.
The way I see it is the one is just like any, if you think about it, like as far as like your body and viruses, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like your body builds up immunity, and like another virus comes, like, and then like they have to build the immunities and stuff. So it's like the robots are doing the same. Like the humans are going to have, like, somebody's going to come up, so they have to like they learn from the first one that came up. Like they learned from that and built another simulation on top of that to contain that one. And then another one came and they learned from that one. They built another one. They keep learning from just like how Neo at the end of his, he met with the person and then, you know, like went off. They just built another simulation. Hence this movie.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at that. Now, I don't think that the Wachowski director, I don't think that she's going to be like, hey, I'm going to continue this movie on for like 90 years. But maybe somebody, I don't know, a Russo brother or something, like, will pick it up and put it on TV and put it on Disney Plus.
What if?
Maybe not.
What if? And another thing is, like, what if Neo has always been the one in every single simulation?
That'd be dope.
Like going back, like he's always been the one. Like they just keep putting him back in, and he keeps coming back, keeps coming back out. Like at times, like that would be nuts too. Like that he's every one that's ever been, it's always been him.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool. Now, you know, like the big thing now, you know, the Matrix, when the Matrix started back in the day, like it was, you know, like it was revolutionary. Like it changed a lot in what people's mindsets are about the world. Like some people actually believe that we live in a simulation. So, but like when I had Day watch it for the first time, yes, she hasn't watched it ever in 20 years since it's been out. So she watched it the first time for the other day. And she was like, she expected more. She thought it was like overrated because she watched it now. You know, like now she's watched all these Marvel movies and stuff like that we've had in game and stuff. Of course, it's not going to equal up to Matrix. Matrix still, she said it was still a good movie, but she expected more because of the big hype that was behind it. I'm like, yeah, if you would have watched it when you're supposed to back in the day, you would have been right here with us. But what I'm saying is, like, since now the big thing now, even in animes and stuff, is game worlds. So, and like Ready Player One and stuff. So in Matrix, they could easily like switch it. Like people wake up like, oh, you're just in a game, you know, or some like the Matrix is a video game, or like the robots could like build a world, like say, you know, like for instance when you're watching the Matrix, like it was a movie or whatever, they make people believe it was just a movie. Like I think they are playing off of what the Matrix had built and what people think. Like for instance, like people think that the Matrix is real. Like so in here, like even when he's talking to some of the doctors are talking to Neo, they're like going back to the Matrix and all this other stuff like that. Like it's a everybody thinks it's just a fake place, or like it's just like, so it's, I don't know, I just think it'd be cool to like if they added in some video game, or like if the robots can make different simulations, like there's who's to say that they don't have an anime simulation running, or you know, like they have all these people in these pods, like who knows what simulation they're putting them through, you know, like it don't necessarily have to be that one. I just think it'd be cool if they had missions or something where they're jumping through simulations, like the Animatrix.
That would be dope. Yeah.
Like when the Animatrix came out, like it was an animated.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if that was just another simulation? I don't know. My mind starts running. So.
No, I get you. And I mean, and that's exactly why I'm excited, and I'm excited for the Matrix because I'm wondering because I'm just wondering what they will do. I don't get it wrong. I'm not worried. I believe that they're going to do something in that movie. Just like Oreo cookie. No. You would have to have like an Oreo cookie and like a Chips Ahoy and say pick, and then you like do it like that or something or whatever. You know, no. An Oreo cookie and a Day cookie, and you like, and Day's cookie is the cookie that like takes you to the game world, and the Oreo cookie, I don't know, takes you back home or something. I don't know. There you go. Boom. You can run with that. Get that to Michael, have him draw it out.
I'm just
boom.
I think I'm gonna make some skits when Ray gets here.
But yeah, so I know the Matrix 4 is gonna do something revolutionary.
What the hell's a Day cookie? That's my wife. My wife's name is Day, for short. We just call her Day. But she's a bake. She bakes, so she makes cookies, and her stuff is the bomb. I've ate it. I've ate on the show a couple times. Her stuff, eating cookies and everything. So she hadn't made any cookies lately though. But
yeah, he's the food tester guy. You know, he has to. You know, it's like, babe, I don't know about that one. Let me try that one out. Okay, it's good. You're good. Good to go.
But right now,
I'm gonna try that one too.
Or would I
know they're gonna do something.
The white cookie, you know what I'm saying? The sugar, you know what I'm saying? Sugar's a drug, you know what I'm saying? You get it?
But that's not.
It's keeping your mind just down. So you take the white cookie or the green cookie. You know what the green cookie? You know what the green? Yeah.
We're not doing this. We're not.
The green sets you free. You know what I'm saying?
Sets you free. No, that's so stupid. But I know they're gonna do something. They have to. I mean, this is the thing. Now I know it's a lot of pressure on them, but they have to do something because Marvel set the bar way up here, and even some new sci-fi, some of the Star Treks that came out, and Star Wars, they've all set the bar up here. So the Matrix has to do something to where because everybody was wondering in the trailer what was the, and I'm sure they're not going to show whatever new bullet time scene. They're not going to show it. So whatever scene, because I know it's going to be one. It's going to be one scene in that movie. Everybody's going to be like,
they did show him stopping bullets again.
Yeah, but we've seen that, and we've seen him use his telekinetic powers. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Maybe he has after images upon after images. Maybe he can split his body, and I don't know. It's gonna be something. Whatever it is,
bro,
I know it's gonna.
I know it's
gonna. Everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, did you see that?"
I'll be using the Matrix to go Super Saiyan. That would be dope if he did a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, and he has the hair, so it could work. Yeah, and what's also good is that he's been doing John Wick, so he's actually gotten way better at his martial arts. So that means the scenes will be 10 times better. His martial arts fighting scenes from the original, and the guy that did John Wick is the same guy that did The Matrix. He's back, and he's done other movies since then. Because everybody's been trying to hire this guy to do different fight scenes. Cause I think he even did Shang Chi as well. He did some of the fight scenes in there. So I can just imagine. Whatever scene, whatever fighting, whatever stunts that he hasn't shown anybody yet, he's probably saving for this movie, I'm sure. So I can't wait. I'm even more excited. I forgot about all that.
Kaiser posed a good question too, like how, like he wants to know, like how Neo's gonna be back, and when I told him about Trinity's back, he's like, how the hell is Trinity back? Because, if you remember, Trinity had a hole in her chest. Remember? She died.
Yeah.
Neo didn't die because, he's the one. And he did save her once. But
yeah, everybody's wondering about that. Everybody's wondering if, maybe they took, the brain cells or something like that, and
But-
just plugged that directly into the Matrix and just kept their memories going or something.
But
I don't know.
There's a scene in the trailer. It goes by pretty quick, but he's talking to Trinity. And he has his hand on her face or whatever. He's talking to her, and you just see the side of her face, and but you know it's Trinity. You see that it's her, and she has going down her face is the Matrix like green lines.
The code,
like,
yeah.
Like she's not really there.
Yeah.
So I
mean, they could if they're trying to keep him in there because he's that powerful. I mean, why not the one you love, right? You know, I mean, think about it. If you were the one and you could pretty much destroy or rebuild or do whatever, and they're trying to stop you, and Day's gone, they will bring her in there and to keep you at bay. And as long as Day is there and you're with Day, having a good time, eating cookies and cakes and stuff like that, as long as you don't know she's fake, you're not going to just do all your ultimate power. So it makes sense. I can go with that theory. I can go with that.
You don't want me in the Matrix. And he'll be like, I'm the one. I'm like, no, I'm the one.
I'm the one. It's like, that flying, that ain't nothing. Let me show you what you really can do.
I'd be like Broly and Keanu be Goku, like just like sending green energy blasts there. Nah, but I'd do some things in there.
Yeah. And something else. If you had your ability, you'd probably go in and I don't know what you could take from that world, but I'm pretty sure you'll figure out something to take from the world. But yeah,
I wouldn't need nothing.
Nothing from the world at all. Not anything. No.
No.
There's nothing in there. But yeah, guys. So that is it. Matrix comes out in December. Along with Spider-Man, so we're gonna see who does better. I'm like I say, I think Spider-Man's gonna do better, but I still think they're gonna do something revolutionary, some scene, some fight scene, some real trippy sci-fi move or something that's gonna blow everybody away and everybody talking about it and memeing it until April or something like that. I don't know. That's our show. Catch us on the Get Down Wednesday, and then Nerdmation Friday. You can catch me again in shirts like this every Monday, you already know, for Primetime Live. So next week, what will I do? I don't know. The weeks are still young. I'm really just gonna be trying to catch all these leaks and stuff that are coming out. I know it's gonna be more and more. So just be on the lookout. And then October, I can't wait for that. Oh, good old Halloween and coldness and stuff. And I got some stuff for you guys. So I've been holding back. I know you guys like, what about Candyman and all that other stuff? I'm holding that back. Don't worry. I'm going to get you all that stuff later. Wait. And this guy wants to talk about Comic. I was going to let you bring that up on your show. But I guess you're going to bring it up every show.
No, my show, this week, this Friday, I'm probably going to do a Comic-Con special. And go through. I'll pull up and show everybody that's gonna be there, like all the guest appearances, all the voice actors, the events and stuff like that. I'll have a big show on that, and then live on Saturday. Because I kind of wish I could go on Friday, but I gotta work. And I never do go on Fridays, so.
So what he pretty much, and then that part didn't even matter. It was like, I gotta work, but I don't ever go on Fridays. So pretty much, if he never worked on Fridays, he probably still wouldn't go. Is what he said.
Saturday is the only time to go for me. I wouldn't mind going all 3 days, but at the same time, I don't know. That's a lot of money.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. We will catch you guys next time. I'm Mingo-Dee, that's Snake, and peace out.